Welcome to the Manifesting Doll podcast. I'm Barbara Orban from No Diet Babe. I'm a spiritual mindset coach and weight loss expert. If you are a spiritual babe wanting to up-level your life around your body, health, wellness, spirituality, law of attraction and manifestation, then this is the podcast for you. I'm here to give you the tools, teachings, and strategies to manifest the body and life of your dreams. As spiritual babes, we know to focus on love as opposed to fear. So get ready to learn how to implement spiritual teachings to weight loss, wellness, and your daily life, coming from a place of love and abundance. This is a celebration of how we can shift our inner perception of ourselves and watch our outer selves shift. You can become the best version of yourself, and I'm here to help. So let's get started. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Manifesting Doll podcast. I'm Barbara Orban from NoDietBabe.com, and welcome to today's episode. So today I want to talk about, because I had some DMs come in for podcast topics, so I put out a question thing like, what podcast topics would you like me to talk about? And so I had lots of amazing requests, and just so you know, I've put them on my list, but if you do have any, just let me know. And so one of the questions was, I'm interested to know, are you just happy all the time? Of course you have ups and downs, of course, like I'm sure, but this lifestyle of focusing on alignment, are you allowed to be happy and feel good pretty much all the time, no matter what your circumstances are, right? So I want to talk about that today, okay? And also today I'm going to be talking about the Academy, because the Academy is actually on sale at the moment, and you are getting my 3-day Manifest Weight Loss course for free with the Academy. So I'm also going to be talking about the Academy. But today, basically, we're going to be talking about alignment, what that means, and like this question about being happy, and is that what it takes to manifest weight loss or your ideal weight. So pretty much what I always say about this whole like manifesting weight loss, right? What do you actually want? Because you want to lose weight, yes, but what you actually want is positive emotions around your body image, and you want positive emotions around your relationship to food. Because if you've been there before, you've probably lost weight before, and you'll say to me, yeah, I've lost weight before, but I had to starve myself. Or yeah, I've lost weight before, but I still didn't have confidence. Yeah, I've lost weight before, but I had to be perfect around food in order to get there. Yes, I've lost weight before, but it was hard to maintain it. Yeah, I've lost weight before, but I've gained it all back. And what this essentially means is that you haven't done the work. You haven't done the work. So then you're going around in circles telling stories like you're creating extra limitations, extra limiting beliefs. So they're like, well, I can't lose weight because of X, Y, Z. My body just does this and that happens, and it's because of this and this and this. And like you create all these stories in your reality about why you are the weight you are, right? Which a lot of them create limitation, not because we can't have compassion for our situations. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we create limitations in our mind that most of the time are just a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So basically, what are we wanting? We're not just wanting to lose weight, we're wanting all these other things. So you have to see things differently, because you're constantly chasing weight loss. You're like, if only I could get there. If only I could weigh this much and then I'll be happy. If only I could weigh this much and then I'll be confident. If only I could weigh this much and then I'll like be accepted by everyone. Everyone will finally love me, right? Oh my God, Miranda. Hi, Miranda. I'm actually doing your podcast question. So good timing that you popped on. So basically, yeah, what you're actually wanting out of weight loss is all of these emotions, right? You're wanting all of these experiences, and then you think that weight loss is going to bring you those experiences, right? But weight loss is actually on the exterior. You have weight loss, that's your body, but how you feel is actually internal, right? And unless you change your neural pathways in the brain, you are going to keep experiencing the same thing, because how you experience life depends on your neural pathways, and what neural pathways are, what your habitual thought patterns are the neural pathways. So whatever your habitual thought patterns are, that is what's going to be activated day in and day out, regardless of if you lose weight. So if you're saying like, I want to be more confident, or I want to be less self-conscious, I want to feel good, etc., all of these things of why you want to lose weight, you have to realize that that's actually going to come when you rewire your brain, okay? And coincidentally, guess what happens when you rewire your brain? Your behaviors change and your whole reality changes. That is how we change our reality. So coming back to the question for today was, does alignment mean that you have to be happy all the time, no matter what your circumstances are? There's like so many ways to look at this, and that's why like the truth of the universe is like there's always going to be so many viewpoints and so many like there's like so many paradoxes. I hope I said that correctly, but it's like yes and no. It's like, don't you want to be happy? Like, isn't that really the goal here? Is like, you want to change. Like, why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to like get whatever? It's to change your circumstances, right? You're saying, I have this circumstance and therefore I want to change it to have this circumstance instead. Like you're saying that you have a preference, right? Why do you want that? Because you believe you'll be happy once you receive that thing, right? So like Abraham Hicks says as well, like, why is it such a burden to be happy along the way of receiving that thing? Like, people think it's such a big price to pay to be happy. And yes, I get that. Why? Because of the way you've been brought up in your childhood and society. All of our conditioning has resulted in you predominantly feeling, it's like you feel good about feeling bad. It's like you want, like, that you might be like, what? No, I don't want to feel bad. But subconsciously, there's a part of you that might be chasing drama or recreating the same situation over and over again, right? Even though it doesn't make you happy. So basically, it's like, when you look at what your circumstances are, that's just all feedback and data of what you're a vibrational match to. So then don't you want to look at that data and look at what you're a vibrational match to so that you can change your circumstances? So if you're saying, well, no matter what my circumstances, you're telling me I have to be happy all the time, to me, it sounds like more of a band-aid of like, I'm expecting to like go against how I actually feel and like push against. That's kind of how it feels like. It's like that. It's coming from like having so much like restriction and like just, it's coming from this place of pushing against kind of thing. I hope that makes sense. But it's like, if it feels a burden to be happy, it's because you're trying to make too big of a jump. And it's like, well, maybe you need to just focus on where you're at rather than, oh, I've got so much pressure to feel happy all the time. Well, how about I accept that I'm not going to be happy all the time? Like, how does that feel? Does that let the pressure off a little bit? Does it make you feel better to know that everybody has bad days, etc., etc.? What feels better? And then guess what? Doesn't that feeling better like get you closer to happiness? Can you see how that works? So that's the thing here, because like, do I need to be happy all the time in order to manifest weight loss? That's going to put you on a path where every time something upsets you, you'll then feel bad about being upset. And this is something that I talk about in Emerge and in the Academy. Like, I teach you how to manage these emotions, because especially in the Academy, I'm in Module 2 where I talk about the relationship to food and what governs your behaviors around food. Module 2 is really centered around your behaviors and what drives you to eat. So if you're telling me, I have trouble being consistent with my eating, I have trouble controlling myself around food, I always gain weight when I eat out, I always gain weight when I do X, Y, Z. It's because you haven't looked at your emotions and how they drive your decisions around food, right? And that's really what we discuss in Module 2 of the Academy. And I lay out my process of basically how to manage each and every decision and thought around food and emotion, right? What's governing you to do what you are doing in your daily life? You say you want to change your habits, but you can't change your habits unless you understand what drives your habits, right? And that's really what we're covering in Module 2 of the Academy, which the Academy is a self-paced course, so you can do it at any time. But it's only I'm going to close it up and it's only available for the next 2 more days basically. And you're getting another course, my 3-day Manifest Weight Loss course, for free. So anyway, so this idea that you have to be happy all the time no matter your circumstances comes off as a very to me it's okay, so you're trying to deal with the problem rather than looking at the source of the problems. Does that make sense? So you're saying, well, do I need to be happy all the time in order to manifest weight loss? Oh no, that means I can't, if I'm unhappy for some reason, I'm going to screw it up. Oh no, well now I'm screwing it up kind of thing. Whereas you have to look at it in the way of, well, in order to manifest weight loss, I have to rewire my subconscious mind. My subconscious mind is currently wired to make me feel shit about things. So my circumstances are then also manifested as a result of this wiring of my subconscious mind. So rather than looking at the surface of what's manifesting and going, oh, I can't stay happy all the time because everything's going to shit, right? That's very it's like you're not looking at the source. You're just focusing on what's happening right now, what's already manifested. And it's cool, but where's that coming from? It's coming from your subconscious. So why don't you focus on that? Forget about what you're manifesting for now. Your circumstances now are just a result of what has been in your mind up until this point. So now you have the power to start shifting that subconsciously. So it's no, the answer is no, you can't be happy all the time. But if you want to progressively have a better quality of life and manifest weight loss and manifest everything else and change, let's say we're talking about weight loss, so change your relationship to food, change your relationship to your body, you're going to feel better once you do that. But if you're saying, but my circumstances right now are that I'm at my heaviest and I'm binge eating, how can I be happy right now? Well, yeah, I get it. You're going to have lots of triggers come up of you not being happy because of the way you're wired. But if you want to change that and get to the point where you have better quality of life because you're happier, because you're more confident, because you're losing weight, because X, Y, Z, all of the things you want, right? Then you got to just focus on what's creating that reality, which is your subconscious mind, rather than saying, oh, damn it, I'm experiencing all these negative emotions, but I've just got to be happy all the time. Like, that sounds like such a burden. It's like, oh my God, like, it's such a burden to have to be happy all the time, even though I hate my life and everything's gone to shit. It's like, no, well, you get to improve your circumstances, but the way you improve your circumstances is by rewiring the subconscious mind. So therefore, that's what you need to focus on, right? That needs to be your priority above everything else, is where is this coming from? What's the data? What's the data? Where am I creating my reality from, right? Let's go there to the source, and then I can, of course, genuinely create happiness rather than I'm just going to pretend to be happy. But yes, the process of you rewiring your subconscious means making an effort to change the focus. So yes, can you see how it can sound like I'm saying opposite things? Does that make sense? So that's really what we need to focus on, is the subconscious, which is why I'm always saying, like, if you want to lose weight, right? If you want to lose weight, you have got to get to the source, because here you are saying, oh, I can lose weight, but then I gain it back. I don't know how to lose weight. You do know how to lose weight, essentially. I mean, yes, there are some stupid diets out there, I admit. But I do talk about this in the academy. So I have a whole module, you guys, in the academy that will explain all this. Okay, so really, I do think, if you're wanting to lose weight, the academy is for you if you're a yo-yo dieter. The academy is for you if you are like me. So me, I used to fluctuate in weight a lot. I used to fluctuate in weight so much. Like, I would gain like 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds all the time. And then I'd go, all right, I'm going to lose all this weight. Let me lose all this weight. And then I'd lose it, right? I'd just like lose it all really quickly. And then I'd be like, oh, damn it, I can't do this anymore. It's too hard. Let me just let go. This is exhausting. I just want to enjoy myself. I just want to eat out with friends. Like, I just want to have fun. I just want to relax. I just want to be able to eat whatever I want. And then I'd do that for a while. And then I'd gain weight. Okay? And then it was like, all right, no, I'm too heavy now. Too heavy. Can't live like this. I'll start tomorrow. Back on that diet again, cutting out carbs. I'm going to start going to the gym again. My pants are too tight. I can't live like this. That's it. Like, let's start again, right? That is just a crazy cycle. An exhausting, crazy cycle that pretty much I see majority of the people do, is this crazy cycle of yo-yo weight and yo-yo dieting, of I've been so bad around food lately. Oh, I better be good starting from tomorrow. I'm going to start going to the gym and I'm just going to cut out carbs. There's nothing wrong with those actions. I'm not saying that, but it's the up and down. It's the yo-yo. It's the all or nothing perspective. And do you know what it is? The dieting mentality is this like crazy, like, to me, after all the work I've done around, like, I've been doing so much work around codependency stuff, like really working on coming out of childhood consciousness in certain areas, reparenting and coming to the healthy, functional adult, right? The best way after doing that type of work to describe this is the dieting mentality is a childhood consciousness. It is childhood consciousness. It's immaturity, right? And that's not like a dirty word or anything. I'm not like shaming people going, oh, you're all childish. Like, I'm freaking childish in many, many ways still that I'm working on. Like, hello, I have lots of imperfections and things I'm working on, right? But the way I want to say it is like, what I've done, the work that I've done around food and weight, and the way I see people operate around food, the dieting mentality, it's a childlike consciousness, right? And it's very like, it's harmful to your well-being, right? You want to develop your psyche. If you have trouble with implementing a strategy and you're saying to me, Barbara, every single time I try to lose weight though, I become obsessive. Every single time I try to lose weight, I develop an eating disorder and I have orthorexia and I start to have so much anxiety around food, or like I can't lose weight because it's too restrictive. Like I just feel caged in and I can't like enjoy myself. That's because you're operating from that childhood consciousness, and you have to develop your psyche into that mature functional adult. Some people call it your higher self. Some people call it healthy functional adult. It doesn't matter which way you look at it, but the process of doing that is like, a lot of people nowadays, I've been hearing the term reparenting. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing. That's what I teach in the academy. Basically, I'm teaching you to reparent yourself around food so you don't operate from that childhood consciousness where you go, oh, I'm always obsessed, I'm always frantic, I'm always anxious, I'm always like all or nothing, right? That's what we want to teach you to change, right? And then you see things differently. You see things differently. You're not like, oh my God, like I weighed myself and now like I just feel like a shit human. Or as soon as I have one bad meal, I feel like I gain 10 pounds. Like, how do I stop myself from doing that? How do I stop myself from being so out of control? Oh my God, like I feel so powerless around my weight. I just don't know what to do. Just let me lose weight right now. Like, all of that is that immature consciousness. All of that chatter, all of that is fear. It's all fear-based. It's all that immaturity that I want to help you develop so you can enjoy your life, so you can be happy. But it's not about just pretending and saying, oh, I'm happy, but I'm just going to pretend I'm happy because that's what I'm meant to do in order to manifest. No, where is it coming from? And let's work through that. Sometimes that involves looking at your past and your childhood and your upbringing, yes. And sometimes it involves just practicing an awareness, being in the moment, in the now, what's going on now, right? So, yeah, I hope that answers a little bit more about that. And like I said, like the academy is really going to help you begin that process of reparenting, you guys. Healing your relationship to food is how you're going to lose weight and keep it off. Healing your relationship to your body is how you become confident. And guess what happens when you're confident? You start living your life the way you want to. Guess what else happens? You're happier. Guess what else happens? You're able to control yourself around food better, okay? You start looking after yourself because you're getting your needs met, okay? That is the secret. If you want the secret to weight loss, you want the secret to keeping your weight off forever, I'm telling you now, there was no diet that ever solved my problems. I tried them all. And guess what? They could all work for anyone. But that's not the problem you're struggling with. You're on an endless search for the answer. oh, she lost weight on so-and-so diet. Let me copy her because it must be it. It must be the missing piece I've been looking for because she took these supplements and then she did the shakes. Like she did those shakes and she did like just replace 2 meals with the shakes. Cool. So she went in a calorie deficit. No brainer, right? Anyone can do that. Oh, but she did keto. Yes, so she was in a calorie deficit, right? That's it. That's what weight loss is. It's not a secret. The thing that you're struggling with is actually to do with your subconscious, and nothing's going to change. Your reality will never change no matter what you do. And that's why you feel like it's hard, because you don't change the source of the problem, which is your subconscious. And so then, yes, you're going to say to me, but weight loss is hard. Like I've tried everything. Well, yeah, because you don't go to the source, which is your subconscious, and then you're just trying all these things when 95% of your brain is working against you. I mean, that's exhausting, all right? Of course you're exhausted. Of course you've been through so much trauma around your weight and food, and it's hard because you're working against, like you're trying to do the impossible basically, right? So that's really essentially what we're teaching in the academy. So overcoming the dieting mindset, like I said, that is really important. That's what we're doing in module 1. And then module 2, we are doing that process of changing the relationship to food. So if you say to me, every time I try to lose weight, I feel deprived, right? It's got to do with your relationship to food as well then. Or I'm snacking when I'm bored. Like anything, like obviously emotional eating can go all the way to like I'm binge eating and I can't control myself. Then yes, that's all part of it too. Like you're going to benefit from this as well. Module 3 is really going deeper into that reparenting stuff I was talking about earlier, and like rewiring your brain and your thoughts. And then module 4 is really that more about, like I was saying, like how to know how to be clever about choosing your strategies and like what is gonna help you decipher what strategy is right for you, really. Because a lot of the time what I see is people are way too restrictive, and I talk about that in the academy, what happens when we do that. So really, like, this course is amazing. Like, I've had so many women get results from this course. It's like a really, really good course. And yeah, you only have like 2 days to sign up. So literally life-changing. Like, people email me all the time saying, you've changed my life. Like, this is more than just about weight loss, you guys. Like I said at the start, what do you actually want? Because you might have lost weight before, but you probably felt like shit in the process of doing it. And yeah, sure, you felt good because the scale went down or your clothes fit differently, but you didn't maintain it. You didn't sustain it. So there must have been something else. Like, there's something else missing. You'll be like, yeah, because I had to eat super perfect, or I felt deprived all the time, or whatever. And it's like, because you actually need to work on rewiring the brain. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, head to nodietbabe.com/the academy. And if you enjoyed today's episode, I'd love for you to screenshot you listening to the episode and tag me on Instagram. I would love to hear from you guys. I know, like, I get people telling me all the time, I love the podcast, I love your episodes, and I would just love to actually hear from you. And so, yeah, I'd love it if you screenshot the episode that you're listening to and tag me on Instagram at nodietbabe. That would mean so much, you guys. I would love to hear that you enjoy the podcast. It does keep me going in recording more and more episodes to help you guys out. All right, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you loved this episode, I'd love for you to leave me an iTunes review. Don't forget to follow this podcast for more uplifting teachings to come. For more tips, inspiration, and teachings, come follow me on Instagram at NoDietBabe or check out my website, nodietbabe.com. Until I see you next time, babes, lots of love.